You might know what happens when a person eats something bad. Maybe you've heard about stomach ulcers or gastritis. But there's another, quieter condition that grows in silence, often unnoticed, until it becomes dangerous. These are gastrointestinal stromal tumors, or GIS. TS. Hidden growths of the stomach that could change everything you thought you knew about digestive health. Before we get started, here's a quick message from our sponsor. Have you ever struggled to understand medical information? You're not alone. Medically trained professionals use complicated language every day. But Clear Health brings medical jargon into plain English, making it easy for anyone to understand. Whether it's explaining a test result or navigating treatment options, Clear Health is there to help. It's fast, accurate, and available 24/7. Clear Health even offers personalized summaries of medical records. Their platform allows patients to access their medical records in one place, including doctor's notes, lab results, and imaging reports. It's simple to sign up. Just visit com/CuriosityStream or click the link in the description below. Now, back to our video. Let's start with the basics. What exactly are GI? To understand that, we need to look inside the stomach itself. The inner lining of the stomach contains millions of microscopic cells that work together to digest food. One group of these cells, known as interstitial cells of chyle, act as the stomach's pacemaker, controlling how muscles contract to move food along. But when things go wrong, these very same cells can turn rogue. That's where GIS, TS begin. They start small, often too small to detect, and grow slowly over time, sometimes remaining dormant for years. This silent growth phase can lead to delayed diagnoses, since many people remain unaware that anything's amiss. But as the tumor grows, it may eventually cause noticeable problems. And that brings us to the second part of this story, the hidden symptoms of GIS. Here's where things get tricky. Because YESTs tend to develop and grow slowly, they can lurk in the digestive system for years without showing any symptoms at all. This means many people could have a GIST and not know it. And when signs do appear, they can mimic common stomach issues like bloating, abdominal pain, or nausea. Additionally, GISTs often bleed, which can lead to anemia. Since the bleeding might be slow and over a long period of time, it can be difficult to pinpoint the source. This makes it easy for the tumor to enlarge unnoticed. Imagine trying to spot a mole on the surface of the sun. By the time it's visible, it's already cast its shadow on the earth below. Similarly, by the time symptoms become clear, the tumor might be quite large. Which leads us to the question, why should you care about GI? Well, for starters, despite being relatively rare, accounting for just 1 to 2% of all gastrointestinal tumors, they can pose a significant health threat. The main concern is their potential to spread. As yeasts grow, they can press against nearby organs, causing them to malfunction. For instance, if the tumor grows large enough, it can obstruct the flow of food through the digestive system. It can also put pressure on blood vessels, leading to discomfort or even affecting blood circulation. Moreover, GSTs have a tendency to metastasize, most commonly to the liver or directly into the abdominal cavity. This means that even if the original tumor is successfully removed, there's a risk of the cancer recurring in other parts of the body. Early detection and treatment are vital to prevent the spread and ensure better outcomes. But how do doctors spot? Currently, there isn't a single screening test for GISTs, mainly because they don't usually cause noticeable symptoms until they're fairly big. Most often, GISTs are identified by chance during tests for unrelated issues such as abdominal pain, difficulty swallowing, or gastrointestinal bleeding. Common imaging techniques include abdominal, X-rays, CT scans, and more recently, endoscopic ultrasound, which uses sound waves to create images. In addition, upper endoscopy, a procedure where a thin, flexible tube with a camera is inserted into the stomach, has been invaluable in identifying and removing precancerous lesions or polyps. In fact, upper endoscopy is considered the gold standard for diagnosing and treating early stage. During an endoscopy, tissue samples can be taken for biopsy, a crucial step in confirming the presence of a GIST. Biopsies can be obtained using various tools, including forceps, which are essentially small, strong tweezers. These are inserted through the working channel of the endoscope and used to grab and remove small pieces of the suspicious tissue. Once the biopsy samples are obtained, they are sent to a pathology lab where they're examined under a microscope. Pathologists, the experts in analyzing tissue samples, look for specific characteristics that define a GIST. This includes the presence of spindle-shaped cells, a specific arrangement of those cells, and the absence of other types of cells commonly seen in other stomach tumors. Additionally, immunohistochemical staining is often used to identify certain proteins in the tumor cells. If the biopsy confirms the presence of a mutation in the gene known as CD117, also called c-KIT, then it's a definitive sign of a GIST. It's important to note that not all GISTs will have but when present, it's a key indicator of the tumor type. Genetic testing can also reveal mutations in other genes, such as platelet-derived growth factor receptor alpha PD, which can help predict how the tumor might respond to certain treatments. Now, let's talk treatment and breakthroughs. Historically, treating GISTs was challenging due to their rarity and the lack of effective therapies. However, in the past 2 decades, significant progress has been made in understanding the molecular basis of GIST. This has led to the development of targeted therapy drugs, which have revolutionized the way GISTs are treated. For instance, imatinib was one of the first major breakthroughs in GIST treatment. This drug targets the BCR-ABL fusion protein found in many GISTs, blocking the uncontrolled cell growth that leads to tumor formation. Another drug, regorafenib, is a multi-kinase inhibitor. It works by blocking several different enzymes involved in tumor growth and blood vessel formation. This can slow down the growth of tumors and even cause them to shrink. The effectiveness of these drugs has been astounding. Studies show that imatinib can shrink tumors by 50% or more in over 60% of cases. While SEDRI remains an option for managing localized tumors, these targeted medications offer hope for those with more advanced And finally, let's talk about living with a GIST. A GIST diagnosis can understandably be quite daunting, but it's essential to remember that it doesn't mean the end of your normal life. Many patients with GISTs live long, fulfilling lives thanks to regular monitoring, healthy lifestyle choices, and advancements in medical treatment. Some patients with low-risk GISTs may only need to see their doctor every 6 months for checkups, while those with high-risk tumors may require more frequent monitoring. Regardless, open communication with your healthcare provider is essential. They can guide you on what to watch for, answer any questions you have, and make adjustments to your treatment plan as needed. Attitude, Making positive lifestyle changes like eating a balanced diet, staying active, and managing stress can significantly improve overall health and well-being. In conclusion, GISTs serve as a reminder of the complexity and resilience of the human body. These quiet, often hidden growths can silently impact a person's life for years, highlighting the importance of ongoing research and medical breakthroughs. Awareness is the first step towards protection, and with a deeper understanding of GISTs, we can collectively work towards earlier detection, better treatment, and ultimately a cure for this formidable. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.